Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're jumping right into the core teachings of Eckhart Tolle. We're going to use his own words to build a really clear guide on how to find that deep, profound peace, even when the world outside feels totally chaotic. We're going straight to the source here to really get a handle on this powerful idea of presence.
So let's just start with a question that honestly gets right to the heart of what it means to be human. Are you in control of your mind? Or is your mind controlling you? Think about it. Most of us are just so used to that constant chatter in our heads, we don't even realize there's another way to live. We've kind of started to believe that we are our thoughts.
And Tolle, he puts it bluntly. He argues that our minds have basically taken over, sucking up all our consciousness and trapping us in this endless loop of useless, repetitive thinking. And this isn't just, a personal problem. He sees it as a massive, widespread illness that's affecting all of humanity.
What this gives us is a really stark contrast. On one side, you've got the mind-identified state. That's a life run by fear and illusion, and it pretty much always leads to suffering. But on the other side, there's the state of presence. And that's our connection to what's real, to peace, and to this incredible, vibrant sense of being alive. Tolle would argue that the choice between these two states is probably the most important choice any of us can ever make.
Okay, so if the mind is the trap, how do we get out? Well, the answer isn't found in more thinking or some complex philosophy. It's actually much, much closer than you'd imagine. It's in a place that a lot of spiritual traditions have for centuries taught us to completely ignore or even look down on.
This is a really critical question that Tolle asks. For ages, right, seekers have looked everywhere for enlightenment, in books and gurus and all these intense practices. And yet, he suggests that there's this fundamental misunderstanding that's kept so many people from actually finding what they were looking for all along.
And here it is. This is the misunderstanding. The idea that the body is just this sinful shell, something to be overcome, well, that created a huge block. By trying to deny or escape their physical form, seekers were unknowingly turning their backs on the very gateway to freedom. And this is the crucial shift. Tolle just flips the old script completely on its head. He teaches that your body isn't some prison you need to escape from. No, it's the portal. It is the anchor that connects you to the present moment and grounds you in a much deeper reality.
He even gives this portal a name, the inner body. Now, this isn't the physical body you can see and touch. It's the animating life force inside it. And here's where it gets really powerful. The reason this is so transformative is because by feeling this inner body, you actually draw consciousness away from the compulsive thinking of your mind. You literally move from a reality defined by thought to one that's defined by direct experience. This is your link to what he calls being.
So, accessing this inner body, it's not some complex ritual. It doesn't take years and years of meditation. It's actually a super simple, direct practice that's available to anyone at any moment. It's all about shifting your attention from thinking to feeling.
The practice is really just a direct reclaiming of your own consciousness. You simply pull your attention away from that nonstop narrator in your head, and you anchor it in the physical sensations, the energy field of your body.
And listen, you don't need to have some big, mystical, earth-shattering experience here. Not at all. The practice begins with the most subtle sensations. A little bit of warmth, a slight tingling in your hands. That's it. That's the feeling of your inner body waking up. It's the proof that you're shifting from just thinking about your body to actually inhabiting it.
Making this a regular practice isn't just, a nice little momentary escape. According to Tolle, it fundamentally transforms your entire state of consciousness, and it has these profound effects on your physical and your psychological well-being.
And yeah, the effects are really profound, starting with the physical. Tolle points to two huge benefits. First, inhabiting your body actually strengthens your immune system. Why? Well, because when you're present, you stop generating all that stress and negativity that weakens it. And second, it can literally slow down the aging process by freeing you from the psychological weight of the past and future, what he calls psychological time. And it goes beyond the physical. This practice boosts what Tolle calls your psychic immune system. Basically, by raising your own energy frequency through presence, the lower frequency energies of other people, like their anger, their fear, their drama, they just can't find a place to stick. They just pass right through you. And ultimately, staying connected to your inner body gives you deep roots. It creates this foundation of stillness and stability.
And what that means is that external events, challenges, the chaos of the world, it all loses its power to throw you off balance. You can stay centered no matter what kind of storm is raging around you.
Now, anchoring in the inner body is an incredibly powerful way to find that stillness, but it's not the only way. Tolle describes several other entry points, or portals, that you can use to get to the exact same state of peace.
And these are all fascinating in their own right. You know, whether it's the directness of just accepting the now, or the release that comes from surrendering to what is, or even the simple act of noticing the silence behind all the noise, each one is a doorway. They might look different on the surface, but they all do the exact same thing. They pull your consciousness away from the movie of your mind and into the quiet, spacious background of being.
Here's a beautiful, simple example. Even right in the middle of a conversation, you can find a portal. Instead of just focusing on the words that are being said, become aware of those brief, silent gaps between them. In that little bit of awareness, inner stillness starts to grow. You know, this ancient Buddhist wisdom points to the exact same truth. The invisible nothingness, the silence that allows sound to exist, the empty space that allows a room to exist, it's not nothing at all. It is the womb of all creation. It's the source of everything.
So this all leads us to a final, really powerful idea. Your task isn't to chase after peace or struggle to create it. According to Tolle, it's actually much simpler. It's just to find and open a portal. Whether that's through your inner body or the now or the silence between sounds, the goal is just to create an opening and allow the peace that is already there to shine through. So the only question left is, which portal are you going to open first?